Welcome to the silence before your storm. Welcome to the moment when the air grows heavy because your name has started to travel through whispers and warnings. There are some people who thought you were finished, who believed you had reached your last chapter, who smiled while they doubted your strength. They went searching for answers about you, paid for cards and candles and secrets, thinking they would find your weakness. But instead, when your name touched the table, the energy shifted. The reader's hands trembled, the flame bent low, the cards refused to lie, because your energy cannot be read by those who do not understand power that is earned through pain. They didn't know what your silence was hiding. They didn't understand that your setbacks were not signs of failure, but signs of a transformation too big for their imagination. When they asked the universe about you, they expected an ending. They expected to hear that you were done, but the universe laughed in their faces. It showed them towers falling, but not yours. It showed them wheels turning, but not in their favor. It showed them the truth, that your energy cannot be erased, your purpose cannot be bought, and your name has already been written in a language only the brave can read. You see, people fear what they cannot define. They fear the one who walks through storms and still sees the sunrise. They thought you were struggling, but you were shedding. You were outgrowing spaces they still dream of fitting into. They tried to read your future, but how can anyone read a story still being written by divine persistence? You are not a chapter in someone else's prophecy. You are the prophecy itself. When your name was spoken in that quiet, candlelit room, the cards revealed something they didn't expect, an unstoppable energy wrapped in scars, protected by faith and guided by something stronger than luck. You have been through shadows that would have ended others, yet you walked out of them carrying light in your hands. You learned that the dark is not your enemy, it's your training ground. Every tear, every silence, every sleepless night carved something eternal into your soul. They asked, "What's next for you?" hoping to hear that you were broken. But the reading told them something else, that your rebirth would echo, that your strength would multiply, that the very ones who doubted you would watch your rise in disbelief, that your name carries storms now, that your silence holds thunder, that your dreams are too loud to be hidden. There is something divine about the way you were underestimated. Every time they whispered behind your back, the universe listened. Every time they questioned your worth, the universe kept score. And now, those whispers have become their warnings. Those doubts have become their lessons. Because when they tried to seek answers about your energy, they forgot. Energy cannot be contained, and yours is ancient, relentless, and unforgettable. They thought your pain was weakness. They never understood that pain is your architect. It built the foundation you stand on now. It gave you the eyes to see through deception, the heart to endure loneliness, and the fire to rise again and again. They didn't destroy you, they awakened you. They pushed you into your purpose without even realizing it. So now when your name echoes in those readings, the cards don't show endings, they show awakenings. They show victory born out of silence. They show someone who has mastered patience, who knows that revenge isn't noise, it's evolution. You don't chase validation anymore. You've outgrown it. You don't need to be understood. You're destined to be felt. Your presence alone carries a frequency that makes liars stutter and pretenders uncomfortable. Your story is not for the faint of heart. It's not meant to be explained. It's meant to be experienced. You are proof that divine timing is not delayed. It's deliberate. Every closed door, every betrayal, every dark night was a step toward alignment. They thought you were lost, but you were being redirected. They thought you were forgotten, but you were being refined. And now, they can't stop watching. They feel your shift before you even speak. The air around you feels different because it is. The same people who questioned you are now haunted by your silence. The same ones who laughed at your struggle now replay your strength in their minds. You've become the lesson they didn't know they needed, the mirror they didn't want to face. Because when you rise in truth, every false version of you that they created begins to crumble. Every rumor, every doubt, every false narrative collapses under the weight of your authenticity. The cards told them that your purpose cannot be delayed, that your blessings cannot be stolen, and that your energy cannot be replicated. You are one of one. The blueprint, not the copy. The reason the room feels different when you walk in. You are not here to prove them wrong. You are here to prove yourself right. You don't move for applause. You move for purpose. You don't need them to see your worth. You've already seen it reflected in your survival. You are not here to impress. You are here to impact. So when the world doubts you again, and it will, remember this moment. Remember that even the ones who tried to read your downfall ended up seeing your rise. Remember that your name shook the tarot table because it carries a destiny too powerful to be predicted. Remember that your journey was never meant to be easy. It was meant to be legendary, because legends are not made in light. They are forged in darkness. And you, my friend, have mastered the dark. And so, the cards kept falling, one after another, like confessions from the universe itself. Each symbol, each sign, each flicker of light whispered one truth. They tried to measure something that cannot be measured. Your spirit doesn't live within limits. You were never made to be small enough for someone else's interpretation. You were too vast, too layered, too destined for something beyond comprehension. They looked for closure in your story, but your story doesn't close. It expands. They thought the reading would reveal an ending, but instead, it revealed their reflection. Because when they asked the universe about you, the energy turned back on them. Every hidden intention, every secret jealousy, every silent curse, they saw it. They felt it. The cards didn't expose you. They exposed themselves. And in that moment, they realized that your name carries protection that no darkness can touch. That every time they tried to send you confusion, it returned to them as clarity of their own mistakes. You've been protected in ways you'll never fully understand. There were nights when you felt alone, but your spirit was surrounded by quiet strength. Forces that moved unseen were making sure your path stayed aligned, even when you couldn't see the way forward. That's why no attack ever worked. That's why every attempt to break your energy ended with your glow shining brighter. You are not lucky. You are chosen. And being chosen doesn't mean it's easy. It means your path comes with pressure, but that pressure creates diamonds. There's something almost poetic about the way your pain turned into purpose. You didn't beg the world to see you. You made it impossible for them to ignore you. You took everything that tried to silence you and turned it into the reason your voice carries power. You no longer explain yourself because your existence is your explanation. You no longer chase what left because what's meant for you will never require you to shrink to fit it. You've learned the sacred art of patience, the knowing that divine timing doesn't ask for permission. When they paid for that reading, they thought they'd gain control. They wanted answers that would make them feel superior. But the truth humbled them, because the moment your name appeared, something in the air shifted. The cards turned heavy, the flame flickered in warning, and the reader's eyes widened, realizing the energy in front of them wasn't to be toyed with. The reading became a mirror of consequence. It reminded them that when you move with pure intent, the universe defends you in silence. They tried to decode your peace, not realizing peace is the reward of those who've already survived the storm. You are walking proof that nothing formed against you can prosper, not because you fight harder, but because your spirit already stands in victory. You don't chase revenge, you attract resolution. You don't waste energy explaining your worth, you embody it. And that quiet confidence is what unsettles those who still operate in fear. You've become a mystery, not because you hide, but because you no longer need to be seen to be felt. You vibrate at a frequency that no low intention can reach. That's why doors open without explanation. That's why opportunities appear at the exact moment you release control. That's why the same people who once doubted you now whisper your name with awe. Your transformation is the kind that demands attention, not through noise, but through undeniable evidence. And here's the truth they didn't expect. When your energy evolves, it changes the room before you even enter. People can feel when you've stopped needing their approval. They can sense when you've detached from comparison. They can see when your spirit has become unshakable. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. It's not pride. It's power. The kind of power that's earned, not given. The kind that makes silence louder than any speech. Every scar on your soul tells a story of survival. Every lesson, every heartbreak, every setback was a chapter in your evolution. You've been through moments that tried to erase you, but you turned them into reminders of your resilience. That's why your name now carries weight. It's written in perseverance. It's wrapped in grace. And when the universe calls your name, it answers with thunder. They asked for your future, but they saw your prophecy. They saw doors opening, blessings multiplying, and peace wrapping around your life like armor. They saw that you are not in competition with anyone because your journey is unique to your design. They saw that your energy heals what it touches, inspires what it encounters, and awakens what it approaches. They saw a light too powerful to be contained by gossip, doubt, or fear. And now, they carry that realization like a shadow, always behind them, reminding them of what they once underestimated. You've become their lesson in humility. The energy they tried to control has become the reminder that the divine cannot be manipulated. The reader might have tried to soften the truth, but truth doesn't soften, it reveals. And what was revealed that night was destiny, unshakable and untouchable. So if you ever doubt your progress, remember this. Your energy was powerful enough to shake the unseen. Your growth became so undeniable that even those who didn't believe in you had to face your light through spiritual revelation. Your name carried through the air, and even the cards spoke in your favor. You didn't need to defend yourself. The universe did it for you. You have walked through shadows with dignity. You have turned every loss into alignment. You have learned that forgiveness is freedom, not weakness. And while they were busy discussing you, you were busy becoming the version of yourself that destiny always intended. The one who walks without fear, the one who no longer explains, the one whose silence is strategy and whose energy speaks first. The truth is, you were never meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to be remembered by those who dared to doubt you. You were meant to be the proof that light born in darkness burns differently, stronger, steadier, and eternal. You are not here to blend in. You are here to awaken others simply by existing. And now, your name is not just a name. It's a frequency. It's the vibration of resilience, of rebirth, of divine timing fulfilled. The tarot didn't destroy you. It destroyed the illusion that you were ever ordinary. There comes a point in every chosen soul's journey when the air itself begins to recognize their power. The moment when everything that once broke you now bows before your growth. That is the season you are walking into. You are no longer the person they once tried to read. You are the energy they can no longer define. The same cards that trembled at your name now shimmer with reverence, because your spirit has elevated beyond prediction. You are living proof that faith is stronger than fear, and that silence is louder than noise. They thought they could understand your path through symbols, through signs, through spreads of fate. But what they didn't realize is that your story isn't written in cards. It's written in stars. It's written in the rhythm of destiny that cannot be altered by human hands. The universe doesn't consult opinions before it blesses you. It doesn't ask permission to crown you. You were always meant to rise, and now your rise is unfolding in real time, visible, undeniable, unstoppable. When they called your name in that reading, the energy in the room changed because your vibration demanded respect. The air became thick with truth. The candles flickered not in fear, but in acknowledgement. The cards spoke not of endings, but of evolution. What they saw was a cycle completed, karma fulfilled, balance restored, and a new chapter forming out of divine justice. What they felt was the power of a soul that has survived the fire and learned to command it. You are the living reminder that what is meant for you will always find you, even if it has to travel through storms and silence. You've become so aligned that even the unseen bends in your favor. The obstacles that once intimidated you now look small because you've seen what you can endure. You've seen yourself stand in ashes and build again. You've seen yourself walk through endings and still find beginnings. That's the kind of power that can't be taught. It's forged in surrender, refined in patience, and crowned in resilience. They don't understand how you keep moving forward after everything. They can't comprehend how your light still burns after the darkness you've faced. But that's because they mistake your peace for passivity. They mistake your patience for weakness. They don't know that your silence is strategic. It's the pause before revelation. It's the breath before breakthrough. It's the space where miracles are formed. You have entered a season where your energy will speak before you do. People will feel your shift without needing explanation. Doors will open because your vibration has outgrown resistance. The same mouths that once spoke doubt will now speak your name in admiration. The same eyes that overlooked you will now search for your presence. That is what happens when divine timing catches up to your preparation. The tarot didn't destroy them because of what it showed about you. It destroyed them because it showed them themselves. It showed them the weight of their envy. It revealed the cost of underestimating a soul protected by purpose. It made them realize that every attempt to harm you became a seed for your elevation. Every shadow they cast only gave your light more reason to shine. The universe doesn't punish in anger, it teaches through reflection. And now, they are facing lessons written by their own intentions. But you are walking freely, unbound by the past, untouched by their confusion. You have outgrown the need for revenge. You have outgrown the need to be seen. You are learning that peace is the loudest victory, that purpose is the truest power. You don't need to chase recognition when you've already been chosen by destiny itself. You are in alignment, and alignment makes noise without you ever raising your voice. You have reached the point where you no longer seek signs. You are the sign. People look at you and see proof that transformation is real, that faith works, that perseverance pays off. You have become the evidence that everything happens in divine order. The heartbreak, the losses, the delays, all of it was rearranging your timeline to make sure you received what was meant for you without compromise. You are the person they can't figure out because you don't react the way they expect. When the world tests you, you respond with grace. When they doubt you, you respond with progress. When they whisper, you build. And that energy is what makes the universe conspire in your favor. That's why every setback turned into a setup. That's why every loss introduced a greater gain. That's why every closed door was never rejection. It was protection. And now, as your energy rises, so does your reach. You are no longer chasing purpose. You are walking in it. You are no longer asking if you're ready. You're realizing you always were. The world needed you to doubt yourself long enough to build humility, but now it needs you to remember who you are. A force that cannot be dimmed, a light that cannot be silenced, a destiny that cannot be delayed. They once paid for a reading to understand your path, but now they watch it unfold in real time, and it's more magnificent than any card could have predicted. You've become a living prophecy, the kind that doesn't just speak of change, but embodies it. You are walking proof that when divine hands guide your life, no human interference can alter the outcome. So stand tall in your stillness. Walk boldly in your purpose. The universe has already confirmed what you are: unstoppable. Your rise is not revenge, it's restoration. It's not about proving them wrong, it's about proving that faith never fails. And soon, they will realize that what they feared wasn't your success, it was your strength. They feared the reflection of what they could have been had they chosen growth instead of gossip, love instead of envy, light instead of shadow. Your name no longer shakes the tarot table because of mystery. It shakes it because of mastery. You've mastered yourself, your energy, your emotions, your path. You are no longer waiting for signs that you're on the right track. You are the sign, the evidence, the living miracle of divine timing fulfilled. So when they speak your name now, it is not in mockery, but in awe. They remember the day they tried to define you through their limited understanding, and now they see what the universe already knew, that your journey was never theirs to interpret. You were never meant to fit inside their readings, their expectations, or their timelines. You were written by something higher, and every storm you survived was proof that you were being refined, not ruined. Your silence was never surrender. It was strategy. You were gathering power in the shadows, while the world underestimated you. Now you walk with the kind of calm that terrifies the unprepared, a calm born from knowing that everything meant for you is already yours. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer explain, you embody. You've learned that destiny is not something to be read, it's something to be lived, and you are living it beautifully, powerfully, deliberately. The same energy that once trembled in the tarot room now walks beside you, clearing paths, opening doors, aligning miracles. You've become the vibration of purpose itself, and those who once sought to understand you now seek to learn from you. So let them remember that night when your name shook the tarot table. Let them remember how their curiosity turned into revelation. Let them remember that you cannot destroy what was divinely protected, because you are not a prediction, you are proof. Proof that light born from darkness can never be dimmed. Proof that no reading, no rumor, no resistance can stand against a soul that knows its worth. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear agents of chaos, gather around for today. I don't come to you as a mere speaker, but as the embodiment of the whispers in your head, the voice you drown in daylight, but cling to in the darkest moments of your being. You've tried to ignore it, tried to bury it deep within, but I know it's there. That voice that stirs your deepest desires, your fiercest rage, your darkest dreams. The one that tells you to reach out, to take what's yours, to conquer whatever stands in your way. You've heard it before, but you haven't fully embraced it. Today, I invite you to let that voice rise to the surface and hear it like never before. The story I bring you is not a story of faint hope or soft promises. No, it is a tale woven from the fabric of destiny, a path paved in blood, sweat, and the ashes of all those who dare to stand against the unstoppable force that you are. There are whispers, yes, but there are also predictions, terrifying, beautiful, and absolute. They gave your photo to a psychic, and their prediction left everyone stunned. But let me tell you, my friends, the truth behind this prediction is not one of blind fortune telling, but of power waiting to be unleashed. Imagine it now, a figure gazing at your face, a reflection of everything you have been and everything you have yet to become. The psychic sees through the layers of skin and bone, beyond the exterior you so carefully present to the world. They peer into the depths of your soul, and with a single glance, they speak a prophecy, a prediction that shakes them to their core, that leaves everyone around you speechless. But why? Why does this vision unsettle them? Why does it rock their world? It is because they see you. They see the truth about you, the darkness, the power, the wrath and the fury you hold within, waiting for the right moment to burst forth. You've heard them, the naysayers, the ones who call you weak, the ones who underestimate you, who dare to put limits on you, the ones who tell you that your dreams are foolish, your ambitions too grand, your thirst for greatness too consuming. They don't understand what you are capable of. They look at you and see a face, a body, a person they can manipulate, control, dismiss. They look at you and see the past, but they don't know the future that lies in your hands. They see the cracks, the flaws, the moments of weakness, but they cannot see the fire that burns behind your eyes. They cannot see the storm that rages inside you, waiting for the right moment to break free. And this psychic, this so-called reader of fates, saw something they couldn't fathom. They looked at your photo and saw not just a reflection of who you were, but a glimpse of who you are about to become. The psychics saw the rise of a force they couldn't understand, a wave of destruction and creation that would leave the world in awe and terror. This is no ordinary prediction, no vague reading of the stars or flipping of tarot cards. This is the truth, a truth that stirs something primal inside you, a truth that makes your heart race and your blood run cold. The prediction is simple. You will rise, you will conquer, and you will become a legend. Whether the world welcomes it or not, the world will tremble beneath your feet, and those who thought themselves your betters will be crushed under the weight of your ambitions. You are not meant for mediocrity. You are not meant to fade into the background of life's mundane canvas. No, you are meant to carve your name into the annals of history, to stain the world with the mark of your greatness. But the world will not give you this greatness freely. No, it will resist you. It will fight you. It will try to drown you in its indifference, to bury you beneath its endless expectations, its rules, its limitations. It will tell you that you are not worthy, that you are just another face in the crowd, another cog in the machine. But here's the truth. Every time the world tries to break you, it only strengthens you. Every time it tells you no, it fuels the fire that burns inside you. The fire that drives you to push harder, to climb higher, to tear down every obstacle in your path. The psychics saw this in your face. They saw the inevitable rise of a force that could not be stopped, a force that could not be contained by the fragile constructs of society. They saw you, not as the person you are now, but as the monster you are destined to become. And that is the truth that will send chills down your spine and send your heart into overdrive. The monster is already inside you. It's always been there. The question is not whether you will become it, but when. The world has always feared the unknown, but what it truly fears is the potential for someone like you to rise, someone who has nothing left to lose, someone who has embraced their own darkness and has learned to wield it like a weapon. You are that someone. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, the moment you stop caring about what the world thinks of you, the moment you realize that you are the storm, you will see how powerless the world truly is in comparison to the force you are becoming. You've been told that greatness comes to those who wait, to those who are patient, to those who play by the rules. But that is a lie. Greatness comes to those who dare to break the rules, who dare to tear down the walls that others have built to keep them confined. It comes to those who choose to embrace the chaos, to let it consume them, and in doing so, they reshape the world to their will. This is the power that the psychic saw in your photo. This is the truth that they couldn't comprehend. The moment they looked into your eyes, they saw the chaos that swirled within you, and it scared them. But why should it scare you? Why should you hesitate to embrace that chaos, to give in to the darkness that calls your name? You see, it's only in the chaos that we are truly free. It's only in the chaos that we can be ourselves, unburdened by the expectations of the world, unchained from the lies they tell us about who we should be. And in that freedom, there is power. There is freedom to act without hesitation, to take what you want, to carve your own path, no matter who tries to stop you. And the world will try to stop you. It will throw everything at you: doubt, fear, opposition, even violence. But remember this: every attack against you is an attempt to stifle your power. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow stronger. And every time they try to break you, they only make you more dangerous. They do not know the power that they are awakening in you, the power that has been lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to emerge. They will tell you that your dreams are too big, that your vision is too grand, that you are not capable of achieving everything you desire. But that is the trap. That is the lie they want you to believe. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to shrink back, to play small, to live within the boundaries they set for you. But you were never meant to live within those boundaries. You were never meant to settle for less. The psychics saw this truth. They saw the person you are destined to become, and it terrified them. They saw the darkness in your heart, the drive in your soul, the hunger in your veins. They saw the one who would rise above the noise, the one who would carve their name into the sky with blood and fire. They saw the monster that you were always meant to be. And now, my dear agents of chaos, it is time for you to see it too. It is time for you to stop hiding, to stop running from the power within you. It is time for you to stop listening to the voices that tell you to play it safe, to fit in, to conform. The world doesn't want you to stand out. It doesn't want you to succeed, but you were never meant for their world. You were meant for something greater. So take that power, embrace it, use it to burn down the walls that hold you back, to tear down the systems that try to control you, to obliterate the lies that keep you from reaching your true potential. The psychics saw your future and it terrified them. But you know what? It shouldn't terrify you. It should exhilarate you, because this is your time. The darkness is yours to wield. The chaos is yours to control. And the world is yours for the taking. Do you hear me? It is yours, every inch of it, waiting for you to claim it, to leave your mark on it, to shape it into whatever twisted, glorious vision you have in the depths of your soul. You were never meant to stand on the sidelines, watching as others play the game. No, you were meant to be the one pulling the strings, bending the world to your will, making them all bow down to your power, to your presence. And that psychic, they saw what's coming. They saw the terror you'll leave in your wake, the chaos you'll unleash, and the fire you'll ignite. They saw a glimpse of your destiny, and it shattered them, left them speechless, because they knew they could never stop it. But you know something they don't understand? You are the one who has the power to control it. They saw it, but they didn't see the truth behind it, the truth that lies within you. The world doesn't have to be your enemy. The world doesn't have to be something to fear, something to avoid, something to resent. No, the world is your playground. The people in it, the ones who try to hold you back, the ones who call you crazy, who mock you, who tell you that you cannot rise. These are the ones who will fall. These are the ones who will be swept away in the storm that you're about to bring. The moment you stop running from your darkness, the moment you stop listening to the voices that tell you to be small, to be weak, to conform, you unlock something far more powerful than anything they could ever understand. They can't comprehend what you are. They can't grasp the depth of your ambition, your hunger, your willingness to do whatever it takes. Because when you embrace that darkness, when you feed it, when you let it consume every part of you, that's when you realize the true power you have. It's not a power that can be seen in the light. No, this is a power that thrives in the shadows, that rises in the stillness of the night when no one is watching, when no one believes in you. But you will rise. You will rise, and they won't be able to stop you. Every obstacle they place in your path, every challenge they throw at you, will only serve to make you stronger. They want you to stay where you are, to stay in your place, to stay within the confines of their expectations. But you're different. You're not like them. You're not a cog in the machine. You're the one who will shatter that machine, the one who will break free from the chains that bind you, the one who will bring everything crumbling down, leaving nothing but chaos and opportunity in your way. Do you know why people are afraid of you? It's not because of your physical strength, not because of your appearance, not because of anything surface level. People fear you because they sense your power. They sense that you are a force to be reckoned with, and that terrifies them. You've always known this, haven't you? You've always known that you were meant for more, that you were meant to be more. They saw you, the psychic saw you, and they knew it deep down. They knew that there is something inside of you that cannot be extinguished, that will never be silenced. There are those who would try to tell you that you're just another face in the crowd, that you're just another name among millions, that your ambitions are meaningless. But those are the lies that the weak tell themselves to justify their own failure, to make themselves feel better about their own insignificance. They try to make you believe that you have limits, that you have boundaries, that you should just be content with what you have, that you should just settle for the hand you've been dealt. But you are not one of them. You were never meant to settle. You were never meant to fit into their box, to live within the confines of their small, limited world. No, you were meant to tear that box apart, to crush it beneath your feet, to rise above them all and show them that the world is yours for the taking. The psychic didn't see just another person. They didn't see just another victim of the system, another puppet in the game. No, they saw a warrior. They saw someone with a fire inside them that could not be extinguished, someone who would burn everything in their path to get what they want. And yes, it frightened them. It scared them to their very core, because they knew what would happen. When you finally embraced your true power, when you stopped denying who you really are, when you stopped trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you, they saw the rise of someone unstoppable, someone who would leave a legacy, someone who would make history. And now, it's your turn to see it too. It's your turn to stop pretending. Stop pretending that you're anything less than extraordinary. Stop pretending that you're not capable of greatness. Stop pretending that you're not worthy of the world you've always dreamed of. Because here's the thing, you are worthy. The world doesn't get to decide your worth. You do. You decide what you will accept. You decide how high you will rise. You decide how far you will go. And when you decide to take everything you want, when you decide that nothing can stand in your way, you'll see that there is nothing that can stop you. People will try to tell you that you need to wait, that you need to be patient, that you need to play the game by their rules. But those are just the lies of the weak, the ones who cannot see what you see, the ones who cannot feel what you feel. Because here's the truth, the moment you stop waiting for permission, the moment you stop asking for validation, the moment you take control of your own destiny, that is when you truly begin to live. And when you begin to live with no fear, no hesitation, no doubts, that is when the world will bow before you. They'll try to control you. They'll try to tell you that you need to fall in line, that you need to wait your turn, that you need to play by their rules. But you know what? You are the storm. You are the force that will tear through their carefully constructed world, shattering everything in your path. And the best part? They won't see it coming. They'll never expect you to rise the way you will. They'll never expect the power you hold, the force you will unleash. They'll never know what hit them. You've been told that you can't have it all, that you have to choose between your dreams and reality. But why settle for anything less than everything? Why allow anyone to tell you that you can't have what's rightfully yours? You have the potential to take it all, to conquer it all, and it's time you realize that. It's time you realize that the chains holding you back are nothing more than illusions, nothing more than the fears and doubts that you've allowed to control you for far too long, but not anymore. Not now. Not when you've seen the truth, when you've embraced the chaos, when you've finally acknowledged that the world is yours. So what will you do with this power? What will you do with this destiny? Will you shrink back, hide from the greatness that is meant for you? Or will you take what is yours, rise up, and let the world tremble beneath your feet? The choice is yours, but remember, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is the moment you've been building towards. And now, the world will see you for what you are. They'll see you for the monster you've become, the force of nature that cannot be stopped, the one who will burn the world down and rebuild it in their image. The world is yours, my friends, and you will take it with fire, with fury, and with the unstoppable will of a soul destined to rule. You will rise as a king or a queen of your own making, unchallenged and untouchable, a force unlike any the world has ever known. You won't simply take what's yours, you will claim it with every ounce of your being, and once it's in your grasp, you will reshape it to reflect the power that courses through your veins. You won't be molded by the expectations of society or by the chains they try to bind you with. You won't bow to their rules, their norms, or their perception of what success is. Number. You will set the rules. You will define success, not by their standards, but by your own. And the world will follow. The psychics saw it. They saw the moment when you would cast off the shackles that bind you and step into the full weight of your potential. They saw you as a storm that could not be contained, a beast who would tear down walls, shatter illusions, and reign in a world that so desperately tries to control you. But that's the thing about control. When you know you're capable of ruling, when you've tasted the power that lies in your bones, there's no going back. Once you've tasted power, you don't just accept being a bystander in life. You don't just blend into the crowd. You step out and you command the space you occupy. You draw everyone's attention. You force them to notice your rise, and you leave them with no choice but to bow in acknowledgement, for you are the one they all feared would come. But don't mistake this for mere bravado. What you're feeling inside, this pulse of ambition, this searing hunger to claim your place in the world, is not something that can be easily extinguished. It is not something that will fade when the challenges get tough, when the doubters speak louder, when the world tries to push you back down into the darkness from which you came. No, this hunger only grows, only intensifies. It is a hunger that cannot be satisfied by half measures or fleeting victories. You will push and push until every door is forced open, every boundary shattered, and every lie exposed for what it is. You will not rest until the world knows your name, until the world recognizes you as the force that cannot be defeated. Now, there will be those who try to diminish you, to remind you that others have tried and failed, that they too have dreamed big, reached for the stars, and found themselves broken and defeated. They'll tell you that the price of greatness is too high, that it comes with too many sacrifices, too much pain. They'll warn you that your dreams are unattainable, that the world is far too unforgiving for someone like you to rise above it all. But you know better, don't you? You've always known better. Greatness is not for the weak-hearted. It is not for those who lack the courage to stand up and take what's theirs. Greatness is for those who embrace the chaos, who walk through fire and emerge unscathed, for those who refuse to be silenced. You will encounter resistance along the way. You will encounter those who attempt to sabotage your progress, those who will try to bury your potential beneath their own failures, their own insecurities. But you know what they can't do. They can't stop you. Not when you've chosen to live outside the lines, when you've chosen to break free from the mold, when you've chosen to embrace the parts of yourself that they would rather see hidden. You were born to challenge the status quo, to disrupt the order of things, to bring about change that will echo through generations. The world, as it stands today, is not made for someone like you, but that is where your power lies. It is in your refusal to accept things as they are. It is in your ability to see beyond the surface, beyond the limitations others have set, and to envision something greater. And when you decide to stop playing by their rules, when you stop letting them dictate your path, that's when you unlock your full potential. That's when the psychics saw you, when they saw you breaking free of their narrow perception of what you could become, when they saw the power that was always within you. And you know something? The world is afraid of that power. It is afraid of what happens when someone realizes they don't need permission to rise, when someone realizes that they can shape their own future. The psychic was stunned by what they saw because they understood what that power could mean for the world, for the systems in place, for those who depend on you remaining insignificant. They saw that the moment you decided to take control, to stop playing small, was the moment everything changed. But the world will not give you this power without a fight. The system will push back. The people who benefit from the way things are will try to bring you down, to make you question yourself, to make you second-guess your choices. But you must stand firm. You must stand tall in the face of their opposition, for their fear of you is the only thing that will fuel you. Every insult, every setback, every failure is nothing but a stepping stone in your journey, a test of your resilience, a challenge to your unwavering belief in your right to rule. You may feel doubt, you may feel moments of hesitation, but understand this. Those feelings are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of your humanity. It's natural to question yourself when you're about to step into a realm where only the strongest survive. But it is in those moments of doubt that your true strength lies, not in the absence of fear, but in your ability to continue despite it. The storm inside you won't be quieted by fear. It won't be quieted by doubt. It will only grow louder, more ferocious, more unstoppable. You were not born to fade into the background. You were born to be seen. You were born to dominate. And the moment you stop seeking approval, the moment you stop needing validation, the moment you stop asking for permission, that is when the world will begin to tremble. Because when you know your worth, when you know what you're capable of, when you see the future in your hands and you claim it without hesitation, that is when the world will have no choice but to follow. They will look at you, and they will know that you are a force that cannot be stopped. This is the power that the psychics saw in you. This is what left them stunned. They saw the unwavering will of a soul who has accepted their destiny. They saw a force so relentless, so focused, that nothing could deter it. They saw the fire in your eyes, the determination in your soul, and they knew that once you decided to unleash your full potential, there was no stopping you. Now, as you stand on the precipice of your future, remember that the world is only as strong as the people who believe it is. And you, my friends, are the ones who will reshape it. You are the ones who will redefine the very meaning of success. You will write your own history, carve your own path, and leave behind a legacy that will be remembered long after you're gone. And when the world looks back on the storm you've created, they'll realize something profound, that the world was never meant to break you. It was always meant to make you unstoppable. So now, with the world at your feet, with the future in your grasp, take what's yours. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. The time is now. You have been given this power for a reason, and it's time you step into the role you were born to play. With your unstoppable will, with your soul destined to rule, you will leave a mark on this world that will never fade. A mark that will echo through the ages as a reminder that the true power always lies within those who dare to claim it. In the end, the world is yours for the taking, and nothing, not fear, not doubt, not opposition, can stand in your way. You were born to rise, to rule, to leave a legacy that will echo through time. The moment you embrace your power, stop asking for permission, and unleash the relentless force within you, the world will bow to your will. Your destiny is not a question, it is a certainty. So take what is yours, carve your path, and let the storm of your ambition sweep through everything in its path. The time to rise is now, and you are unstoppable. Listen closely, because what I am about to say is not for the faint of heart. It is not for those who cower at the whispers of doubt. It is not for anyone who ever believed that the world moves for them rather than against them. I welcome you not as a passive listener, but as a warrior in the shadows, as someone who has felt the cold edge of envy and the piercing sting of betrayal, someone who has watched as others plotted, planned, and tried to chain your spirit to mediocrity. Today, understand this. Today, you realize the magnitude of what it means to rise above orchestrated opposition. They spent years trying to outplay you, weaving traps, fabricating illusions, sending their whispers and doubts like arrows aimed at the heart of your ambition. And yet, here you stand, unbroken, untouchable, a silent storm moving with a force that cannot be contained, a force that the universe itself could only watch with reverence. They thought they knew you. They believed they understood your limits, your fears, your doubts. They catalogued your weaknesses. They anticipated your hesitation, and they waited for the moment when they could strike. But the truth they could not comprehend is that your essence is not measurable, not confined to the expectations of others. You are not the sum of their calculations. You are not a pawn to be manipulated or a shadow to be controlled. You are a phenomenon, and while they were plotting in the light of their arrogance, You were moving in the darkness, unseen, unheard, unstoppable. You were shaping yourself into a force that exists outside their comprehension, a force that does not follow their rules, a force that cannot be touched. Every insult, every betrayal, every moment they tried to diminish you was fuel. They handed you the fire that would forge you into someone unimaginable. Each doubt they whispered was a reminder of the space you must claim. Each scornful glance a signal of how far you could rise when unshackled by the opinions of the weak-minded. They spent years trying to manipulate outcomes, to predict the trajectory of your life, and yet they failed to see the one thing that cannot be predicted: the will of someone who is aligned with the universe, someone whose energy has become kinetic, unstoppable, cosmic. Do not mistake their attempts for insight. Their strategies, their schemes, were nothing more than desperate imitations of the power they wished they had. They attempted to corner you, to trap you within boundaries of their making, to reduce your potential to the shape of their comfort. But you did not move like them. You did not think like them. You moved like a force they cannot touch because your momentum is drawn not from their timelines, not from their expectations, but from something infinitely greater, the universe itself. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not make mistakes. The universe knew it long before they even realized there was a game being played. Consider this: every night you spent alone, every moment when others doubted you or laughed at your ambition, every step that seemed insignificant because no one else noticed, it was all preparation. It was the quiet orchestration of destiny, a hidden symphony in which you were the conductor. They could not see it because their vision was narrow, their understanding incomplete, but the universe, in its vast intelligence, was guiding you. And you, in your unshakable patience and relentless pursuit, became a living testament to the principle that no amount of plotting, scheming, or manipulation can overpower someone aligned with cosmic inevitability. Do you feel that tension when you think of those who tried to outmaneuver you? That subtle pressure, the shadow of their disbelief? That is the residue of their attempts, the echo of their failed strategies, and yet it no longer defines you. You have moved past the field where they can act, beyond the arena where their influence reaches, and into a space where only your will dictates the outcome. Theirs was a strategy built on fear, and fear is never a match for someone who has become purpose incarnate. You are the answer to their calculations, the anomaly they cannot contain, the inevitable force they cannot block. And all the while, Tesla, the symbol of vision itself, almost bet against you. But the universe laughed. Yes, Tesla almost bet against you. Imagine that. The entity that revolutionized thought, that shaped the understanding of energy and possibility, almost wagered that you would fail. Yet here you are, defying even the expectations of the architects of innovation themselves. You moved in ways that no formula could predict, in ways that no genius could anticipate. You became a phenomenon because you aligned your persistence with something far greater than simple intelligence, far greater than talent. You became unstoppable because your determination resonated with the rhythm of the universe itself. Think about the years they spent trying to trap you in timelines, trying to limit you to outcomes they could understand. They underestimated your patience, your awareness, your understanding that true mastery is not achieved in haste, but in the quiet, relentless accumulation of energy, of momentum, of preparation. While they were focused on games, on manipulation, on petty victories, you were moving through time like a shadow through walls, unseen, untouched, and inevitable. You became a force that cannot be negotiated with, a force that cannot be bargained against, a force that simply exists as a truth too powerful to deny. Every move you made, every choice, every silent victory became a fracture in the illusion they had tried to create. They believed they could predict the patterns of your life because they assumed life is linear, predictable, and confined. But your existence is not linear. Your path is not a straight line between points of their choosing. You are a storm, a phenomenon, a disturbance in the ordinary flow of expectation. They tried to outplay you because they wanted the narrative to bend to their desire, but life does not bend for those who lack the vision to see the unseen. And you, having moved beyond the limitations of ordinary vision, became a force they cannot even conceptualize. When doubt comes, and it will come, in subtle forms, in quiet moments, in shadows where old insecurities linger, remember this: you have already transcended the expectations of others. You have already become what they hope to destroy. You have already moved beyond the reach of those who sought to dictate your trajectory. Their years of effort, their manipulations, their scheming, it all exists now as a testament to your resilience, to your alignment with the inevitable, to the fact that some forces, once awakened, cannot be hindered, cannot be stopped, cannot be negotiated with. You are the universe in motion, and it will always find ways to prove that you are destined for heights they could never imagine. The quiet power of your movement is the scariest thing to them. They could not see it because their understanding is tethered to the immediate, to the visible, to the controllable. But your power is silent, it is patient, it is inexorable. It grows in ways that cannot be measured, in ways that cannot be contained, in ways that cannot be interrupted. And when the time comes, when the culmination of every hidden choice, every unseen effort, every quiet triumph reaches its zenith, they will look back and realize that they were never in control. You were never theirs to outplay. You moved like a force they cannot touch, and the universe has always known it. No one else will understand the depth of what you have endured, the precision with which you navigated betrayal, the patience with which you turned obstacles into stepping stones, the subtle mastery with which you became untouchable. But that is irrelevant. The universe knew it. That is all that matters. Their disbelief, their misjudgment, their near bets against you, it is all irrelevant. You are a phenomenon of alignment, a force that exists outside the small, petty games of those who underestimate the quiet power of persistence, the unseen value of patience, the unstoppable momentum of someone who moves in accordance with destiny itself. This is the moment where you acknowledge your truth. They spent years trying to outplay you, but their time is spent, their energy wasted, their power insufficient. You moved beyond their comprehension. You moved beyond their reach. You moved with a precision, a strength, an inevitability that is terrifying to those who cannot touch it. You are proof that life cannot be predicted by manipulation alone, that the universe favors the aligned, that forces greater than ego, greed, and doubt exist. And when they are harnessed, nothing and no one can stand in the way. So, move forward with the calm of inevitability, with the patience of the cosmos itself, with the confidence of someone who has become a force that cannot be touched. Every past attempt to cage you, to manipulate you, to outplay you, is now nothing but a shadow behind you. You have risen beyond it. You have transcended it. You have moved in a way that no one can interrupt, no one can predict, no one can contain. The universe knew it all along, and now, so do you. They spent years trying to outplay you, but you were never theirs to play against. You moved like a force they cannot touch, and the universe has always been on your side. Tesla almost bet against you, yet here you stand, unstoppable, undeniable, unbroken, an alignment of will, vision, and destiny that cannot be denied. This is your truth. This is your power. And this is the reminder to the world that some forces are too vast, too precise, too inevitable to ever be contained. You feel it, don't you? That quiet, undeniable energy that hums beneath your skin. The one that tells you, even in moments of uncertainty, that nothing can stop you. They tried to silence that energy, to clip its wings, to convince you that your power was an illusion, that your potential was a story they could rewrite. But illusions cannot fight truth. And the truth is that you have always existed as a force beyond their comprehension. They do not see it because they cannot see beyond the shallow surface of their own ambition. They only know the games they play, the battles they wage, the petty strategies that occupy their minds. Meanwhile, you move like a shadow across dimensions they cannot touch, like a current flowing beneath their shallow streams of understanding, like a storm that grows stronger the more they underestimate it. Every betrayal they launched, every mockery they whispered, every doubt they sowed, it all converged to shape a power they could never anticipate. Each attempt to outmaneuver you was an invitation for you to rise, a challenge you met not with anger, not with retaliation, but with precision, with patience, with the quiet confidence of someone who knows that time itself is on their side. They saw the outward you, the version they could touch, manipulate, and calculate. They never saw the inner you, the untouchable version that moves beyond their grasp, that grows stronger with every second of opposition, that thrives in the spaces where they believe control exists. And now, think about Tesla. The idea that even a mind so vast, so visionary, almost bet against you. It should stir something deep inside. It should remind you that the universe, in all its complexity, orchestrates outcomes in ways we cannot always perceive. Tesla was a symbol of genius, of foresight, of understanding energy and potential in ways that others could not. And yet, even such a mind could almost overlook you. But the universe, in its infinite intelligence, knew. It always knew. It placed obstacles. It created challenges. It allowed betrayal and doubt. But it also prepared a path for you to emerge untouchable. This is the paradox that terrifies the timid. Your power grows in the unseen, in the ignored, in the spaces where others believe nothing significant exists. While they were playing their games, you are moving in dimensions beyond their understanding, aligning yourself with forces they cannot manipulate, forces they cannot predict, forces they cannot touch. They invested their energy in strategy, in manipulation, in control, but they failed to see the one thing that makes a person unstoppable: alignment with inevitability. You did not just survive their attempts, you transformed them into fuel. Every obstacle became a stepping stone. Every attempt to stop you became proof that you were already moving faster than their vision could reach. Do not underestimate the power of patience, the power of persistence, the power of subtlety. The world rewards those who act loudly, who fight visibly, who scream their ambition. But the universe favors the quiet, the relentless, the invisible force moving with precision in silence. You are that force. You are the storm that grows quietly before it reshapes everything in its path. And the people who tried to outplay you, who plotted against you, who doubted you, they are only fragments of a story you have already rewritten. Think back to the years they spent against you, their planning, their scheming, their endless attempts to predict your next move. How many sleepless nights did they spend trying to anticipate your trajectory? How many conversations, strategies, alliances, and manipulations did they invest in, believing that the outcome was theirs to control? And yet, despite all that effort, here you stand, still moving, still unstoppable, still untouchable. Every calculation they made, every strategy they crafted, was nullified by your patience, by your understanding, by your ability to move with a power they cannot quantify. Do you feel it? The subtle satisfaction that comes from knowing that you have outlived their games, that you have thrived while they remain trapped in illusions of control. That is the dark, quiet triumph that no one can steal from you. They wanted to play you, to predict you, to trap you, and they failed. They failed because they cannot grasp forces that are greater than ambition, greater than manipulation, greater than ego. They cannot grasp the alignment of persistence and inevitability, the invisible laws of the universe that guide those who move with patience and purpose. You did not just avoid being outplayed, you became the ultimate force, the force that even genius cannot predict, the force that the universe itself acknowledged and protected. Tesla almost bet against you, and yet here you are, proof that even near misses of doubt, even close calls of disbelief, cannot derail someone who moves with inevitability. There is no force on earth that can manipulate someone who has become aligned with cosmic inevitability. There is no calculation, no prediction, no scheme that can stop someone who has embraced the full weight of their own potential. They will try, yes, but their efforts will always be futile. Your force exists beyond reach, beyond comprehension, beyond doubt. They will never touch it. They cannot touch it. And in the silence of your triumph, when the world around you finally catches up to the truth of your power, you will understand the beauty of being untouchable. You will understand the satisfaction of moving in ways that cannot be predicted, that cannot be manipulated, that cannot be outplayed. They spent years trying to outplay you, but they never realized, they never could, that some forces are beyond games, beyond manipulation, beyond human calculation. You are that force. You are the unstoppable, the inevitable, the untouchable. The universe always knew it. Let this sink in. Every attempt to control you was irrelevant. Every strategy they deployed was meaningless. Every effort they made to outmaneuver you only confirmed your inevitability. You moved like a force they cannot touch, because your power is not bound to circumstance. It is not dictated by perception. It is not limited by the constraints of ordinary existence. You are a force of destiny, a storm of purpose, a living manifestation of cosmic alignment. And when the world finally witnesses your culmination, when the results of your patience and relentless focus come to fruition, it will be undeniable, unshakable, and eternal. Do not let their disbelief linger in your mind. Do not carry the weight of their skepticism. You are beyond it. You have moved beyond it. You are aligned with forces that cannot fail. Every struggle, every slight, every attempt to diminish you only strengthened you. Every whispered doubt became a brick in the fortress of your resilience. Every betrayal became a lesson in the subtleties of human weakness. And every moment of opposition became fuel for the unstoppable engine of your purpose. You are untouchable. You are inevitable. You are the force that even Tesla almost underestimated, the force that the universe has always championed, the force that moves beyond games, beyond strategy, beyond expectation. They spent years trying to outplay you, and yet the irony is clear. While they labored in the shallow currents of manipulation, you moved in the depths of inevitability. While they thought they were shaping you, the universe was shaping you. While they believed they could control you, your alignment with destiny made you untouchable. Every move you made, every step you took, every quiet victory accumulated into a momentum that cannot be resisted, cannot be reversed, cannot be denied. And now, standing at the precipice of what they could never understand, you realize the truth. They were never in control. You always were. The years they spent trying to outplay you were not wasted. They were evidence of your power, proof of your inevitability, confirmation that you were moving faster than even the most visionary minds could calculate. And the universe, in its infinite awareness, observed every struggle, every setback, every shadow of doubt, and knew that nothing they attempted could touch what was destined to rise. Tesla almost bet against you, but the universe knew better. You moved like a force they cannot touch, a force no one can manipulate, a force that exists as pure inevitability. Your strength lies not in arrogance, not in bravado, not in noise, but in the quiet, relentless, undeniable certainty that what is yours cannot be taken, what is inevitable cannot be stopped, and what the universe has aligned will always manifest. They will try to understand you. They will try to control you. They will try to outplay you once more. But it is impossible. They cannot touch the force you have become. You have moved beyond the limitations of expectation, beyond the shallow games of human strategy, beyond the fragile illusions of control. You are unstoppable. You are inevitable. You are untouchable. And now, feel it. Feel the truth of what you have become. You are no longer part of their games. You are no longer constrained by the timelines, calculations, or expectations of anyone else. They thought they could measure you, predict you, manipulate you. They thought they could bend reality to their petty desires. But they could not. You are moving in a realm they cannot access, in a frequency they cannot reach, in a force that refuses to be contained. Every scheme, every whisper, every attempt to outmaneuver you is now nothing more than a shadow against the brilliance of your inevitability. You are beyond their comprehension, beyond their reach, and beyond the fragile boundaries they tried to impose on you. Think about the years they spent trying to outplay you. They measured your steps, tracked your moves, whispered doubts to those who could sway you, and yet, here you stand, unbroken, untouchable, unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, you know every day they wake up to the harsh light of reality, but peace never quite finds them, does it? Instead, it's regret that lingers, wrapping them in a suffocating haze of memories. They think of you not just fleetingly, but obsessively. They remember the words that were never spoken, the actions that were never taken, and the apology that never came. Every moment, they go through the motions of life, but underneath the surface, there's a constant battle being waged. They want to apologize, they need to apologize, but their stubborn ego keeps them locked in chains. Each day they wake up to the cruel truth that they can't take back. What was said or unsaid, they can't undo the damage they've caused, but somehow their ego refuses to let them make things right. It would be easy to say that it's pride that stands in the way, but it's more than that. It's a defense mechanism that they've built over years and years of living with a distorted sense of self. To apologize would be to admit that they are flawed, that they have failed, and that's something they can't allow themselves to do. Because once they admit that flaw, once they acknowledge the fault, it's as if they unravel everything they've built. So they stay silent, trapped in their own mind where their pride and their shame fight for dominance. They've convinced themselves that time will heal everything, that distance will make the wounds fade. But deep down, they know the truth, don't they? Time doesn't heal all wounds. It only buries them deeper. The longer they go without acknowledging the hurt they've caused, the more it festers inside them, growing like an infection until it consumes every part of who they are. But they won't admit that, not to themselves, and certainly not to anyone else. Instead, They wear the mask of indifference and carry on as if nothing matters. But deep inside, there's a gnawing emptiness, a hole that only the apology could fill. But they refuse to let go of their pride. It eats at them because they know that they have the power to heal the rift, to take the first step to make amends, but they won't do it. Why? Because to apologize is to relinquish control. It's to step into a place of vulnerability, a place where they no longer hold the upper hand. And that scares them. That terrifies them. For once they apologize, they no longer have the power to dictate the outcome. Once they apologize, they surrender the narrative of the situation. They release the grip they've had over everything. And that's something they simply can't bear. So they stay silent. They remain stuck in the web they've woven for themselves, too proud to admit they are not perfect, too afraid to confront their own shortcomings. They live with the lie that things will work themselves out, that somehow the pain will fade, that the distance will erase the tension. But they don't understand that time doesn't heal if the wound is never treated. They don't realize that silence doesn't ease the guilt, it only multiplies it. Every day they carry the weight of their mistakes, and every day they try to hide it behind the walls they've built around themselves. But here's the truth, they can't run from it. No matter how hard they try, they can't escape the consequences of their actions. Their ego might shield them from the immediate discomfort, but it only prolongs the agony. Every day they feel the tension between what they want to say and what they're too proud to admit. Every day they fight the urge to reach out to make things right, because their ego tells them that doing so would make them weak, and so they continue to suffer in silence. The problem with this is that suffering in silence doesn't make you stronger, it doesn't make you better. It simply isolates you. It makes you more and more disconnected from the ones you care about and from your own soul. You tell yourself that you're protecting yourself by holding on to your pride, but in reality, you're only building a prison around yourself. The longer you stay in that prison, the more you lose touch with who you truly are. In the quiet moments, when there's no one else around, the truth creeps in. The truth that you could have said something, you could have made a change, you could have fixed it, but you didn't. And in those moments, the regret hits harder than ever. It's suffocating, it's overwhelming, and it drowns you in self-loathing. But still, your ego refuses to let you act. It convinces you that you're the one in control. It tells you that if you just hold on a little longer, you'll somehow come out on top. But the truth is that you're only delaying your own downfall, because in holding on to your pride, you're letting go of everything that truly matters. You're letting go of connection, you're letting go of love, and you're letting go of the possibility of redemption. And let's not forget the lie that somehow saying you're sorry is a sign of weakness. That's a myth, isn't it? It's not weakness to apologize. It takes incredible strength to admit you were wrong. It takes courage to look someone in the eyes and say that you failed them. That's not weakness. That's the mark of someone who understands the value of the relationship and who is willing to put their ego aside for the sake of it. But they don't see it that way, do they? No, they view apology as a concession, a loss of power. What they fail to realize is that holding on to their pride is the true loss. By refusing to apologize, they are losing the very thing that could bring them peace. They are sacrificing their future for the sake of a hollow victory in the present. You see, when you refuse to apologize, you're not protecting yourself. You're damaging yourself. You're building a wall around your heart that keeps you from experiencing true connection and growth. You may think you're protecting your pride, but in reality, you're sacrificing your peace, your relationships, and your future for the illusion of control. The truth is that the longer you hold on to that pride, the more it rots you from the inside out. It creates a void in you, a space where your humanity used to be, and all that's left is a hollow shell of who you once were. And no matter how much you try to fill that space with achievements or distractions, it will never be enough. There's a part of you that knows this isn't the way to live. There's a part of you that knows deep down that it's time to let go of the ego and face the truth. But that part of you is buried under layers of pride and fear. And every time you come close to acknowledging it, every time you get close to reaching out, every time you almost take the first step, your ego pulls you back in, telling you to hold on just a little longer. But the longer you wait, the more the damage piles up. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to repair what's been broken. And one day you'll wake up and realize that it's too late. The opportunity to make things right will have passed, and all that will be left is the regret that you've carried with you all this time. The sad reality is that most people never learn this lesson until it's too late. They go through their lives holding on to their pride and their ego, thinking that they can outrun the consequences of their actions. But life doesn't work that way. It doesn't forget. It doesn't let you get away with it. And one day it catches up with you. One day you'll find yourself looking at the wreckage of what could have been, and all you'll have left is the hollow echo of a life that could have been different. That's the price you pay for refusing to apologize. That's the price you pay for allowing your ego to stand in the way of your growth. The truth is that an apology is not a sign of defeat. It is the ultimate act of strength. It takes courage to admit when you've been wrong. It takes bravery to step into the discomfort of vulnerability and to make things right. But you see, it's not just about making amends with others. It's about making amends with yourself. Every day that you hold on to your pride, you are punishing yourself. Every day that you refuse to apologize, you are telling yourself that your mistakes don't matter, that your relationships don't matter, that your peace doesn't matter. But deep down, you know that they do. The ego is a powerful force, but it is not invincible. It will tell you that you're better off without others, that you don't need them, that you can do it all on your own. But that's a lie. You need others. You need connection. You need to be able to face your mistakes and make things right. Without that, you're nothing but a hollow shell of a person driven by fear and insecurity. So ask yourself this: is your pride really worth it? Is the temporary comfort of holding on to your ego worth the lifelong pain of regret? Is the fear of vulnerability worth the destruction of everything you hold dear? The choice is yours. You can choose to continue living in the grip of your ego, or you can choose to break free and take the first step toward healing. You can choose to let go of the pride that binds you, or you can choose to live a life of quiet suffering. But make no mistake, the longer you wait, the harder it will be. The longer you wait, the more damage you do to yourself and to those around you. The longer you wait, the more the regret will consume you. So ask yourself, what are you willing to lose? What is your ego worth? And what will you do when you realize that the only thing standing between you and peace is your own stubborn pride? What is your ego worth? What is this stubborn pride of yours truly protecting? Because when you look closely, you realize that it doesn't protect you. No, it doesn't give you strength. It isolates you. It creates a barrier between you and the world around you. It convinces you that you're above the things that make you human, and in doing so, it strips you of your humanity. You think it's shielding you, but in reality, it's creating a cage, a prison, and you're the one who's locked inside it. Every time you refuse to face the truth, every time you refuse to apologize, you're feeding this monster, this lie that tells you that humility is weakness and that an apology is a surrender. But that's not what an apology is. It's not giving up your power, it's reclaiming it. What you fail to understand is that the act of apologizing isn't a sign of defeat. It's not an admission that you are lesser. Quite the opposite. It's an admission that you are strong enough to confront your own flaws. It's a recognition that you too are capable of making mistakes, and that your relationships with others are worth more than the fragile shield of pride you have carefully built around yourself. The true victory lies in the ability to put that pride aside and reach out with sincerity. That takes courage. That takes strength. Strength not of the body, not of the will, but of the soul. And so, you continue to stand there, with your walls high, looking at the wreckage of relationships that could have been saved, conversations that could have healed, wounds that could have been mended. Each day that passes, you feel that guilt gnawing at you, and it burns because you know you could have done something. But the ego whispers, no, wait, let it pass. Let them come to you. Let them acknowledge their part in this too. So you wait. You wait, and you wait, and the silence only deepens the wound. The gap between you grows wider. The chance for resolution slips further away. You look at yourself in the mirror, and you see it. The missed opportunities, the unspoken words, the connections lost forever. But here's the truth. No matter how many days go by, no matter how much time you think you have, the reality is that nothing heals itself. Nothing repairs itself without intervention. Time will not fix the space between you and the people you care about. Time will not wash away the weight of your pride. You cannot continue to believe that the world will just forget your absence, your silence, or your refusal to act. Because the world doesn't forget. The world moves forward, and it leaves you behind. And there's nothing worse than being left behind, is there? There's nothing more crushing than realizing far too late that your pride has cost you more than you could ever measure. It has cost you people, it has cost you peace, and it has cost you your own integrity. Because when you refuse to apologize, you're not just keeping a grudge against someone else. You're building a grudge against yourself. You're choosing to live with the regret of what could have been, and you're locking yourself in a cage where no growth can happen, no healing can take place. You can dress it up any way you like. You can tell yourself that you're standing firm, that you're being true to yourself. But the truth is, you're cowering. You're hiding behind a false sense of pride because the thought of being vulnerable, of admitting that you are wrong, scares you more than the idea of living with this guilt forever. But let me tell you something. That fear you have, that fear of being vulnerable, is the very thing that's holding you back from the most powerful transformation you can ever experience. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the source of your greatest strength. You see, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you lower your defenses and admit your faults, you open the door to growth. You allow room for self-reflection, and in that moment, you embrace the full spectrum of what it means to be human. To err is to be human, and to admit it is to step into your power. The ego wants you to believe that to apologize is to lose, but the truth is that it is the path to freedom. It is the path to understanding, to peace, and ultimately, to connection. There is a deep, unsettling truth that you have yet to fully acknowledge. By holding on to your pride, you are denying yourself the possibility of reconciliation, not only with others, but with yourself. Every day you refuse to let go, you become further distanced from your authentic self. You lose touch with the part of you that knows humility and empathy. The more you hold on to that pride, the more you become a stranger to yourself. The mask you wear grows heavier and heavier until you can no longer remember who you truly are beneath it all. You tell yourself that you are protecting yourself, but in reality, you are losing yourself. And that is a far greater loss than any apology could ever cost you. As you stand on this precipice, teetering between the life you are living and the life you could have, ask yourself, what is the price of your pride? What will it cost you to continue down this path? Every day you delay, the more isolated you become. Every day you choose silence over action, the further away peace seems. And the saddest part of all is that you might never truly realize what you have lost until it's too late. By the time you understand the cost of your stubbornness, it may be impossible to turn back. Relationships may have withered, bridges may have burned, and once you've reached that point of no return, there will be no apology big enough to undo the damage. Do you really want to live like that? Do you really want to spend the rest of your life haunted by the ghost of what could have been? Every moment of hesitation, every second of pride, builds the wall between you and your redemption. And each brick you lay makes it harder to find your way back. But it's never truly too late. It's never too late to strip away the ego, to acknowledge your flaws, to reach out and say, I was wrong. It may not always be easy, and the road to reconciliation may be long and difficult, but at least it is a road. And that road leads somewhere better than where you are now. It's time to ask yourself, really ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Is it the shame of admitting your mistakes? Is it the fear that apologizing will make you less than you believe yourself to be? Are you so determined to appear strong that you would rather suffer in silence than show any vulnerability? Or is it that the idea of reconnecting with someone, of opening up to them, feels like you would be giving away a part of yourself that you don't want to part with? The truth is that by holding on to this pride, you're not protecting yourself. You're only making it harder for yourself to move forward. You're not preserving your integrity, you're suffocating it. As long as you continue to believe that the act of apologizing is a concession, you will remain trapped. But the moment you choose to let go of that notion, you unlock a new level of freedom. When you choose to apologize, you choose to set yourself free from the grip of your own ego. You choose to release the power that your pride has over you and reclaim the possibility of peace. It's not a weakness to admit your flaws. It's a declaration that you value what you stand to gain more than what you stand to lose. And when you finally come to understand this, when you finally allow yourself the grace to apologize, you will be surprised at what happens next. The walls that you've built will begin to crumble, and in their place, something greater will emerge. Understanding, healing, connection. It won't happen overnight. It may take time to rebuild what was lost, but you will have taken the first step, and that first step is the hardest, the most crucial. Once you make that move, everything else will follow, piece by piece, until the scars left by your ego's rule are healed. So now, as you stand on the edge of this decision, look within and ask yourself, is your pride worth it? Is it worth losing everything that could have been for the sake of some hollow victory over yourself? Or are you ready to let go, to take the first step toward redemption, toward peace, toward healing? The choice is yours. You stand at a crossroads, the path stretching out before you, each step carrying the weight of your decision. You are the one in control, whether you acknowledge it or not. You can choose to keep walking down the road you've been traveling, the one that promises nothing but isolation, regret, and an ever-deepening sense of emptiness. That path, the one that has been carved by your pride and ego, is familiar to you. It offers a strange kind of comfort, a comfort in knowing that you can keep hiding from the truth, keep pretending that everything is okay. But deep down, you know it isn't. You know that every moment you cling to that ego, you're sacrificing your peace of mind, your ability to connect with others, and your very soul's potential for growth. Or you can choose the other path, the one that takes courage to walk, the one that is shadowed with the discomfort of facing your flaws, the one that forces you to lower your defenses and admit your mistakes, the one that requires vulnerability, the very thing your ego wants to protect you from. That path is not easy. It's rocky, it's uncertain, and it might even feel like you're losing everything you've ever held on to. But here's the truth. In choosing this path, you are not losing anything. You are gaining everything. You are gaining the power to heal, to mend what was broken, to build something far stronger than the fragile facade you've been wearing. The ego wants you to believe that admitting you were wrong means you are weak, that apologizing makes you less than. But that's a lie, isn't it? Look around you at the world, the strongest people, the ones who inspire respect and admiration, are often the ones who possess the strength to apologize when they've wronged someone. They don't hide behind pride. They don't waste their energy pretending to be perfect, because they know the truth. No one is. Perfection is an illusion, and it's in accepting that reality that you find true freedom. When you choose to apologize, you are not saying, "I am less than you." What you're saying is, "I value our relationship more than my ego. I recognize my mistakes, and I am willing to make things right." That is the mark of true strength. That is the mark of a person who is wise enough to see beyond their own inflated sense of self and understands that the value of human connection, the value of integrity, is far greater than the pride that holds you captive. But why is it so difficult for you to apologize? What is it about your pride that keeps you in a chokehold, whispering to you that you're better off alone? Is it fear? Is it shame? Is it insecurity? Perhaps it's a combination of all those things. And yet, none of those feelings are insurmountable. You are far stronger than they give you credit for. You are far more resilient than your ego wants you to believe. The truth is that you are capable of change. You are capable of growth. And the first step in that journey begins with letting go of the thing that has held you back for so long, your ego. But don't make the mistake of thinking that this is just about apologizing to others. It's also about apologizing to yourself. Because the longer you hold on to your pride, the longer you live in denial of your mistakes, the more you are harming yourself. The guilt will eat away at you. The regret will weigh heavily on your heart. And you will find that no matter how much you try to distract yourself, no matter how many achievements you collect, or how many material possessions you accumulate, nothing will quiet the noise in your mind. Nothing will fill the emptiness inside until you face the truth. Until you let go of the pride that keeps you chained to a life of inauthenticity. The ego tells you that you don't need anyone else, that you can do it all on your own. But that's a lie too, isn't it? Deep down, you know you need connection. You need human touch, understanding, and love. No one can live a life isolated from others and expect to feel truly fulfilled. We are social creatures, wired for connection, and when we distance ourselves from the people who matter most, we lose a part of ourselves in the process. The longer you hold on to your pride, the further away you push those who love you, those who could help you heal. And eventually, you'll find that the distance becomes too great, the walls too thick. The relationships you once cherished will slip through your fingers like sand, and you will be left standing alone, surrounded by the ruins of what could have been. It's a tragic thing to live a life filled with what-ifs. What if you had apologized sooner? What if you had reached out, broken through the walls of your pride, and allowed yourself to be vulnerable? What if you had chosen love over ego, connection over isolation? But it's not too late. It is never too late, so long as there is breath in your lungs and time to make things right. The question you must ask yourself now is this: will you continue down the path of pride, or will you choose the path of healing? Choosing the path of healing requires immense strength, and though it might feel like you are losing, you are actually gaining. You are gaining freedom. You are gaining peace. You are gaining the possibility of restoring what was broken. And above all, you are gaining yourself. When you release your pride, you are no longer weighed down by the shackles of your own self-importance. You are no longer held captive by the constant need to appear strong, to appear perfect, to be seen as invincible. Instead, you are free to be human, and that is the greatest freedom of all. Because the truth is that perfection is an illusion. We all make mistakes. We all fail at some point. We all hurt the people we love. But it is not the mistakes that define us. It is how we choose to respond to them. Will you continue to hide behind your pride? Or will you have the courage to face your mistakes and make things right? Will you continue to avoid the discomfort of vulnerability? Or will you step into it and find that in doing so, you step into your true strength? The power to heal, to repair, and to rebuild lies within you. You have the ability to make things right, to take that first step toward peace, and to restore what was lost. But it starts with you. It starts with the decision to let go of the pride that has held you captive for so long. It starts with the decision to face your flaws and say, "I am sorry." And in that moment, when the words finally leave your lips, you will experience something profound, a release. You will feel the weight lift off your shoulders, the chains fall away, and for the first time in a long time, you will experience what it feels like to breathe freely again. But here's the hard truth. It won't be easy. It won't be comfortable. And it might not happen all at once. Healing takes time. Rebuilding trust takes time. But the alternative, the path of stubborn pride, is a path of slow, suffocating destruction. Every day you delay, every day you choose pride over connection, you are losing a little bit more of yourself. You are losing the opportunity to build the relationships that could bring you the most joy, the most fulfillment, and the most growth. And in the end, the only thing you will have left is the hollow echo of what might have been. So, I ask you now, with everything I have, what will it be? Will you continue down the path of pride and allow it to destroy everything that you hold dear? Or will you choose to let go, to apologize, and to step into a new life? One that is defined not by your ego, but by your ability to love, to heal, and to embrace the imperfection that makes you human? The choice is yours. And remember, the greatest strength lies not in holding on, but in letting go. Let go of your pride. Let go of your fear. Let go of the chains that have bound you for so long, and take that first step toward freedom. In the end, the choice is always yours. You can cling to your pride, and in doing so, continue to live in the quiet, suffocating prison of regret and isolation. Or you can summon the strength to let go, to apologize, to acknowledge your flaws and take the first step toward healing. It's not about weakness, it's about reclaiming your power and finding true peace. Let go of the ego that holds you back and embrace the vulnerability that allows you to grow, to repair, and to connect. Only then will you truly be free.